Lifesteal, the server where you lose a heart if you die and gain a heart if you take someone out, is back. And this time, I'm going to survive for 50 hours as an immortal player. This means that I need to stay alive and get the strongest gear in the game. And I'm also going to pick up an extra heart or two as well. So make sure to subscribe if you're new, as I am on a quest for 5 million subscribers and we are getting close. As the season started, the plan was to rush to the Nether with Recrap. Alrighty, first things first, I need some wood. Recrap's in charge of getting the iron, and I am in charge of food and finding the lava lake. This is perfect. We then entered the Nether in less than 10 minutes, trapped the portal, and began our master plan to loot all of the fortresses around spawn so that no one else could get nether warts in the early game. So Recrap's going to take all the fortresses in the east, and I'm going to take them in the west. I feel like this is going to be the stressful part because if I'm going to die, it's when I have no armor and no tools. I'm going to try and get some gold really quickly. So at the very least, I will have piglins going after me. I'm also not a fan of this lag. Okay, we got rid of him. Let's grab one of these because I can use it for a strider and that's going to be super helpful. And I've managed to find a bit more gold as well to get a helmet made. I still haven't seen a fortress. Because of the lag, the render distance is kind of low, which is annoying. And more blocks are probably going to be handy so I can bridge around. Perfect. First fortress spotted. Alright. I don't like the fact that I'm going to have to bridge across and there's gas around. I think realistically my best bet is just to take the long route. Because at this point, surviving is the most critical thing. Alrighty. I've pretty much made it. We're just going to go across this tiny bit of lava. And we're in. Now I've just got to check every single chest and burn every single nether wart that I find. Look at this. The naturally spawned lava's done half the work for me. The only thing that could really go wrong here is dying to a mob. And wither skellies and piglin brutes are the two most dangerous ones. I'm also removing any signs of life. I want people to explore this and not know that I've been here. And just be confused that there's no nether wart. Alrighty, that is fortress number 1 complete. And now it's on to the next one. And me and Rec do have a method to systematically clear out the nether. You see, the nether is split up into regions. And these regions can only have one structure in them. So if we find a structure, then we know to move on to the next region, and we even used a fancy graph to know which regions we'd done. So I know what area to search next, and I've found the next fortress. Perfect, it seems to be unlooted, which means everything is going to plan. Perfect, I've found a saddle which is going to be useful, because getting around the nether will be much easier if I can use a strider. Now I do need some string, then I can craft the fungus on a stick, saddle up this guy, and head on to the next fortress. And at this point, fortress hunting was going well. Me and Recrap had cleared 4 structures between us. And on top of that, this season we're also teaming with Clownpierce and Minitech to form Team Apocalypse. So whilst me and Rec got all of the nether wart, Clown and Minute could focus on taking out players, and they'd be the only ones able to use strength pots. Once again, it looks like I'm the first one in this fortress. And now that the 30-minute mark has passed, the grace period is over, which means PvP is on. So I've got to be very careful that I don't get jumped. I've still got to be really careful with mobs. One wrong move and I will die. Okay, this is, well, bad time for my axe to break, but we got him. And these are the guys that I really have to be careful with. But if I place blocks and get the toes, I'll be fine. Finally, got some diamonds. And at this point, the most useful thing is going to be a pickaxe, which if I can get to efficiency 2, will let me insta-mine netherrack. Perfect, that's another fortress done. And find the next one on my strider is going to be way easier. Okay, now this is good. I've got a bastion, portal, and fortress together. The bastion's going to be handy for fire resistance, and the gold will be useful for trading. Alright, if I'm going to die, the bastion is where it's going to be. And in practice, I found one of the reasons that I would die in bastions is because I didn't have enough blocks. As long as I avoid the brutes, I should be okay. And if I can get out of here alive, it's going to put me in a very good position for the rest of the challenge. So down here is the way to the gold blocks. I'll make a little area for the piglins to trade. Block off any random places that they could come out of. And here we go. We mine the gold blocks. The angry piglins come through the ceiling. And then they can get busy bartering. As long as by the end of this I have loads of fire resistance, I'm not too bothered about everything else. And I suppose iron for armor will also be handy. Alright, I think the last of the gold has been bartered. And I'm pretty happy with all the stuff that I've got. Only stuff I'd like to get now is some food if I can. Well, ancient debris. And fire aspect, that's actually going to be very handy. I can also craft some leggings, which means more or less full iron armor. A gold helmet and an iron helmet are exactly the same. And you know what? Before I go to the fortress, I'm just going to head back to the overworld quickly. Because A, more iron is always going to be useful. And I also need lapis for enchanting. I can grindstone a book to craft that. And hopefully get an efficiency 1 book. Well, I'll tell you what, I'll put it on my pickaxe first. And sadly for this, I've run out of lapis and not got it. I've also completely run out of food. So I'm at the surface where I can use the fire aspect to get plenty more. I feel a little paranoid up here. Everyone else must have diamond armor by now, and here I am just in iron. Kind of ironically, I feel a lot safer in the Nether. And at this point, I should have enough. I'll grab a bit more iron. And now let's take on the next fortress. At this point, they are pretty straightforward. And as long as I keep being careful, don't take any risks, I don't think I should run into any more difficulties. More diamonds, very, very nice. And now it's on to the next one, which is actually a bastion for this region. Normally I wouldn't loot it, but it looks like it's housing, which means there's nether wart in the middle that I'm going to safely destroy using lava. At least from up here, I don't have to worry about the brutes bonking me on the head. And from there, I kept exploring, looting untouched fortresses, stopping off for more diamonds, getting efficiency 2, and even unlocking hot tourist destinations. But then, disaster struck. Someone's been here. Someone's already been here and looted the nether wart. It's not wreck wrap, but that means that somebody else is going to be able to start brewing. I'm still going to clear out the entire place in case someone else comes here, because they've even left some diamonds behind. And despite the setback, the plan's working because Clown has just taken out Spoke. Yes, even though another team now had nether wart, me and Wreckrap had slowed everyone down a lot, meaning Clownpierce and Minitech were easily winning fights and gaining hearts, including defeating main pair. So realistically, the plan is working. Me and Wreck are helping the team in a speedrunning kind of way, and we are just going to keep finding fortresses, looting them, and slow as many players as possible down. Also, guys, if you like my cloak, which I think looks pretty cool, you can get it at lunarclient.com/SP737. And it's currently on sale as well now, so don't miss your chance. And at this point, 7 hours of getting fortresses is probably enough. I've still only got prot 1 diamond armor. My gear is okay to say that I've pretty much only been in the nether. But now it's time for me to get everything that I need in case I get into a bit of a fight. And I've also realised that because I was destroying all the nether wart as I went, I don't actually have any nether wart to make pots. I'm also going to get magma cream so that if I need to, I can brew more fire res. And I shall also clear out one final fortress. And this time, blaze rods are going to be pretty crucial too. Bro, it's literally a fortress with no nether wart. I guess this is what it felt like to be all of the other players. Alright, fortress number 2. And this time, it actually has some. I will also very carefully loot this treasure bastion and get a netherite ingot and a load more gold, which is going to be very useful for gapples. Next, I'm going to build a portal to leave the nether and set up a base, but I'm not going to show you guys me doing that because I don't want the other Lifesteal members to be able to work out where my base is. I've made that mistake last season, and I will not be doing it again, so here is a live reenactment. I rode my strider far, far away through the nether, built a nether portal, found a village, kidnapped the villagers, and trapped them in a hole with me, which is where I am right now. This room right here is where the villager breeder is going to go, and I'm making it quite a bit bigger so that I can breed villagers really, really fast. Okay, what happened here, guys? I do actually need one of you, so yeah, you're going to come in handy. And then when I cure you guys, they'll offer me even better trades. Next, I'm going to head back into the wilderness to grab wool for a bunch of beds. Could also very easily just grab them from a village. Then we add a bunch of trapdoors, place the beds down, and now this breeder is almost complete, but I do want to pop to the nether to grab a bunch of bone blocks that I can use to grow all of the crops. And there we have it, my first baby villager. I did have to force them to get together in a boat, but hey, whether they like it or not, they all count. And now, whilst the villagers start rolling in, I can dig out a nice big room that's going to act as a trading hall. The place is now starting to look pretty good. And so the next plan is to put a guy in here so that the villagers will get infected. This is certainly where things could go very, very wrong. So let's break the boat. That's it, matey. And since I don't currently have name tags, I'm just going to get him into that boat. And then when I push this button, it picks up a villager who stops there. He attacks the villager, who can then be sent into his slot and cured. Next, I can turn them into Fletchers, sell them sticks, and this time the goal with the Fletcher is to upgrade him all the way up to the master level so that he'll buy tripwire hooks. You see, there's a machine that lets you duplicate tripwires. Everyone else on the server is using them, so I might as well too. And now that all of these guys are upgraded, which took quite a while, the emeralds are absolutely flowing. I also think it'd be handy if I grabbed a bit of obsidian so that I can craft an ender chest and place it down right here. There's actually a lot of items in the ender chest that I was wanting to grab from the nether, so I'm glad that I finally made one. I'm also going to grab a bucket of lava, because these random rogue villagers are just driving me crazy. Next, I think I should set up an enchanting room. This is the size that it needs to be. And I need 45 leather, currently only have 39. And I also think more sugarcane could be useful, so I'm going to build a quick farm for that. There we go. I know it's only too high, but it's just a temporary one for now. And so that it's growing all the time, I'm also going to chunk load it with a pearl. And whilst that's doing that, I'm going to get the missing leather. That should be enough. The ender pearl's been doing its job because the sugarcane is growing. And now I'm going to craft the books into bookcases and get to work upgrading. The armor's now looking pretty good. I've got a bunch of spare stuff in here and villagers to sell me all the armor, all of the tools, and any weapons. Plus golden carrots and apples, and all of these guys are good for XP bottles. And so the next thing I want to focus on is mending and unbreaking. I don't really want to make this corridor much longer, so I reckon that I should head underground. And so the plan is for all librarian villagers to go down here, and to cure them, I am going to need a spider eye. There's a mine shaft up ahead, so that's probably the place to look. Finally, I've found a spawner, and here is the little gate. Oh, okay, don't get hit. I could potentially turn this into a bit of a spider eye farm if I wanted to. Although after not very long of sitting here, I've already got loads of spider eyes, so I don't think that I need to worry about farming them ever again. Now I can brew the weakness, cure the villagers, and get mending and unbreaking 3. Plus I managed to get all of these other villagers whilst trying to get that. And I've also just managed to get protection and fire aspect, so other than sharpness, I've pretty much got every single book that I'm ever going to need. And having all of those books is great, but at the moment, my main source of XP is trading for tripwire hooks. Which is okay, but I think I could make a few farms to make it all much better. And so I'm going to first upgrade my tools with mending, and then I'm going to build a silverfish. Oh, hello, kitty cat. Oh yeah, I'm going to build a silverfish XP farm in my base. So this is the room that I'm going to build it in. And the main two things that I need that I don't currently have is pumpkins and snow. Here are the pumpkins. And as for the snow, well, that's very easy to get. This is all of the other stuff. As you can see, it's very, very minimal. And to begin with, I'm going to dig a 5x5 hole. I'm going to add water over here and a fence with a block on top there. Here I'm going to add an armor stand so that the sweeping edge of my sword damages silverfish. Next, I'm going to add all of the slots where the snow golems are going to go. Then I'll make all of these 3 blocks tall and add in the golems. Next, I need to make it so the snow golems will be able to see the target. And this is where the target will sit. Here's just the man that I need. I'm going to name tag him. And yes, his life is not good because he is constantly being attacked by the snow golems. And once I brew these infested pots and press this button, the XP farm is now fully up and running. And to make the farm even faster, I've added way more of these guys. And way more snow golems too. So when I release the trapdoors, these guys are going to be hit like crazy. And I can then splash them with the infested pot and get XP way, way quicker. I'm glad this is working perfectly. It's getting me a lot of levels very, very quickly. Plus, I turn this lever into an on and off switch. XP farm can be checked off the list. And the next thing I should probably sort is an iron farm so that all these other farms are just much easier to make, since pretty much all of them require me to have hoppers. I'm going to build this farm right around here, and the biggest worry is that the golems don't spawn in any nearby caves. Beds are going to be needed for the villagers, and slabs are going to spawn proof everywhere else. Now to use rails to get these guys in, and this is the spot where the scary guy's going to go. Right here is the storage and collection system, and the lava is what'll take out the golems. Next, I've sadly got to infect a villager and trap him right there. Perfect. Operation Build an Iron Farm is complete. Mining for it is now a thing of the past. I'll chuck an ender pearl here so the chunk is always loaded, and then I can begin the next operation, which actually requires me to go outside. Although before I do that, it's probably wise that I make some speed, just in case someone tries to jump me. Technically, half of the players online right now are my teammates, so I probably don't have anything to worry about. But sometimes, you just can't be too careful. And at this point, you're probably wondering, what is SP737 actually on the lookout for? Well, it's not the world border, I can tell you that. No, I'm currently looking for one of the most powerful things in the game, turtles. turtles. Yes, if we're going to continue being immortal on Lifesteal, we're eventually going to come across players. And if things go south, I'm definitely going to need Turtle Master. Finally, I've tracked some down. It doesn't... Wait, I'm not the first one. You guys have already been bred. I don't like the fact that I'm not the first player that was here. Alrighty. Now I can breed them. I can get the turtle eggs, as well as a bit of sand, and head back to my base after a job well done. I also feel like at some point, I'm going to end up needing bees. So I might as well grab them when I pass them. That's turned out to be a pretty successful mission. And I think I'll build the scoop farm right about here. This is where the collection system is going to be. And this grid-like pattern of blocks means that any baby turtles that grow up will sadly suffocate. But on the plus side, the water will push the scoots into the hole. Now to add the sand, some glowstone to light everything up. And now I can't do much more until these baby turtles hatch and grow into adults. Although I suppose whilst I wait, I can focus on getting a villager that sells sharpness 4. I've got power 4, which is probably a villager worth keeping. And now sharpness 4 as well. Also managed to get Infinity and Flame whilst I was at it. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and upgrade my axe. And one of the turtles has hatched, which means there's just 3 to go. And it also means the quest to get every villager can be taken off the list. And as for the next thing on the agenda, I'm going to try and find some glow squid. Because it's nice to do aesthetic stuff every once in a while. What an insane cave this is, by the way. There's diamonds everywhere, which I don't think there's any point me getting them. Because if anyone ever comes in this cave, I want them to think that no one's ever visited it. And who'd have thought that I'd be able to find loads of diamonds before I could even find glow squid. Finally, I've found them. Oh, there's millions of them. This is actually a really cool water cave. Realistically, I think 29 is enough. My cloak works really well in the snow, doesn't it? I absolutely love it. Turtle number 2 has now hatched, and I'm going to grab these poppies so that I can dye the signs and also brighten them up. Look at me, making an effort at my base. Prince Sam likes that too. Nice, I got my first scoot. And this spot right here is going to be a nice little sea grass farm, since we'll need that to get even more eggs. This is looking pretty good. Once all these eggs have hatched and grown up, then I'll finish that farm. And in the meantime, I'm going to build some auto brewing stuff right here, but that's going to require a lot of hoppers, which means I need a lot of wood, and that's not something I really have much of. So I'm going to try and find a dark oak forest so that I can grow those types of trees in my base for wood. This really would be so much easier if I had elytra, wouldn't it? But currently all of the end portals have been destroyed on the server, so only one team has the elytra. Nice, a nautilus shell. That'll be useful if I ever need to craft a heart. Looks like I'm not the first person to traverse these parts. Now I've found a desert, a coral reef. This is actually kind of useful, because I can use the fans to build farms further down the line. I've literally gone from one side of the map to the other side of the map, and I've still not found a stupid dark oak forest. I don't even need them that much. I could have mined 10 stacks of logs from a forest by now. Maybe I should just do that. But I feel like since I've come this far, I've just got to stick at it. Finally! Finally, I found one. Yes, that took so long. It was ridiculous, but okay. We can get in, mine up the wood so that I get saplings and get out of here. And instead of traveling back on foot, it probably makes the most sense to dig down and find some lava so that I can head back through the Nether. Whilst I'm here, I might as well grab more obsidian. I'm kind of low on that. That should be enough. Now to make the portal and head on through. Oh, right by a fortress. Haven't seen many of them today. I actually wouldn't mind popping into one of these because I am kind of low on blaze rods. And now that I have looting 3, getting them will be so much quicker. Over a stack is more than enough. And whilst I'm here, I might as well get more magma cream as well. I also think bone blocks are going to come in quite handy, because once I've got a stack of these, I'll basically have no use for a bone meal farm. And from here, I don't think it's really worth me grabbing much more in the Nether, so I'm going to head back to my base. I've made it back and ended up getting a few more resources on the way. I'm constantly doing more and more trading with these guys so that I can keep building up my resources. I also know that having loads of nether wart is pretty important, so I'm just going to wait till this night's over because turtle eggs do most of their hatching at 3 AM. And then I'll head to the Nether to grab more soul sand. Also, loads and loads of iron has been coming through. Eventually, I'll make it so that it automatically turns them into blocks. But for now, I'm just going to have to keep doing it manually. And the poppies are great for bone meal. The night is now over, so let's swim up here and head to the Nether. From there, I can just easily mine up a bunch of it right here. And that should be me completely sorted. The Nether wart farm is going to be a manual one because if you use Fortune 3, you get more drops. And at this point, it's probably time that I move this random sugarcane farm and then expand the base in this direction. That is the room dug out. It's quite a big one, isn't it? And now to remove the floor, add the soul sand, and plant the nether wart. That's all of it down, so once it grows, I'll be able to fill it up. And as for the actual auto brewer machine, well, building that is going to be pretty easy. All of the brewing stands and hoppers are in, and the redstone is also very straightforward. Now I can power every single brewing stand, fill this chest with water bottles, and with that, everything's loaded up, and the strength pots are absolutely flowing in. And the next thing that I need to sort is that I have a real lack of gunpowder. So creepers are on the menu tonight. I'm also going to grab a load of random stone from a cave to make more repeaters, and the brewing can now continue. I reckon I've definitely got more than enough strength, and all the turtles have now hatched, so I can go ahead, remove these blocks, and add chains instead. And that is the farm now complete. So I've done a load of breeding, there's loads of eggs, we'll have loads of turtle master before you know it. And now I'm going to get busy digging and build a couple more auto brewers, so that each one will brew something different. And just before doing the building, I'm also going to need some more blaze rods. And now I can get to work digging things out and building more brewers. And that is now complete. The brewing stands can be loaded up and the machine can be put to full use. Certainly makes me feel a lot safer having some turtle master in my inventory. And now I'm going to do something that I don't do very often in real life or in Minecraft. I'm going to go outside. And my plan specifically is to check out spawn. Look at me speed bridging across lava like I don't care. It's very difficult when it's a little bit laggy though. Alright, there's a portal here. It's near 0, 0. Let's hope it's not trapped. Seems pretty safe. And now, here we come to spawn. Yes, so the destruction is absolutely insane and it covers a massive area. I mean, just look at it. It looks like we're on 2B2T. There isn't going to be a nice spawn this season, is there? I don't know if you guys are quite grasping the scale of this. Just look at spawn. It's ridiculous. Complete destruction as far as the eye can see. And who's responsible? Team Apocalypse. Yes, myself, Clownpiers, Red Crab and Minitag all built an orbital strike cannon to completely destroy spawn before it could even be built. Would you look at that? There's a dark oak forest right by spawn. If only I'd have known. Let's hope this portal is completely safe. Ah, would you look at that? Comes with a platform. And now the only thing that I'm not too happy with out of my kit is the lack of wind charges. And a mace would be nice as well. Maces aren't super useful this season, but it would still be good to get one. So I'm going to go ahead and craft some cartography tables and then get villagers that I can trade maps with so that I'll know where to look. And when I'm done with them, I can just burn them. I didn't realize there were this many baby turtles down. I feel kind of evil with what's about to happen, but you know what? It's for the greater good. We'll just have to turn a blind eye. And after getting this map and murdering another villager, I think I now have enough, but I don't want to go to them just yet because I'd like to get ominous bottles first. Now, ordinarily, I'd be worried about finding an outpost because I've searched the entire world for other stuff and I've never come across one before. But remember, I'm teammates with Red Crab and he has the coordinates to one, so we're on the way. My goodness, I've had to travel thousands of blocks. I've even found a desert. I really do need an elytra. It takes forever to get anywhere. And if anyone can work out to get to the end with all the portals destroyed, it'll be me. I've found it. And it's got a portal above it. Okay, I'm not going to go through the nether. I don't want anyone to find me, but clearly I'm not the first one here. And all I need is a guy that's going to drop me some ominous bottles. Here we go. Just what the doctor ordered. And now people are going to know what I'm up to. So I'm going to get away from the pillager outpost. I don't know if Penta or Hannah want to take me out, but I'm not sticking around to test it. I feel like I spent a long time running just to get one bottle there. But now I can grab the maps and get to work looting. And I've made it. Everyone's going to know where I am now. Doesn't look like anyone's ever been here before. So, we're going to give this a drink. And then to pull this off, we're going to have to really lock in. Especially when, oh my goodness, why is there loads of babies around here? I do feel like this could get stressful quite fast. Usually I just build farms to get keys. I mean, these guys, they're just so annoying. Look at them. Oh my goodness, why did the block disappear? I'll probably just have to use gapples in here to be safe and make more use of my shield. I'm also going to break as many pots as I can because, hey, sometimes you find random keys. And you also get emeralds for them as well. Oh, nice, an emerald block. No key from that one. And no key. Steak. Look, I don't want steak. I want ominous keys. Come on, game. Don't let me down. It's a good job I know where every single room is. Okay, I don't like the fact of how many cobwebs there are around here, but at least they're not cave spiders. My goodness, there's a lot of them. Don't die, SP. Keep eating gapples. They're just spiders. They can't hurt you too much, but wow. Hey, if I never needed spider eyes, this would be the place to come, wouldn't it? Oh, perfect. We can get breeze rods as well. My goodness, how many subtitles are there, by the way? There's a lot going on here, as you can see, guys. There's a lot going on. Tell you what, it's handy that these guys are getting stuck in cobwebs. That makes my life easier, doesn't it? I know there's a lot of random junk here, but I feel like the spider eyes will be worth it. And when there's literally this many of them, I might as well get them. Still no keys. What's this all about? But at the very least, I can unlock these. A trident? I didn't even know that was a thing you could get. I'm just really glad that I now have these as well. Yes, wind charges are game changers. They make getting around so much easier. Alrighty. I always hate these rooms, but if they give me keys, then all will be forgiven. Also, slime. I don't have any slime. And also health. I'm not going to have a lot of health left at this rate, man. Oozing is both great and kind of annoying. Great for farms, not so great for ominous trials. If I was ever going to die in the video, I feel like it's in these ominous trials. But as long as I'm careful, I should be fine. And I'm also going to give myself strength to free up an inventory slot to pick them up. Also, we've got an ominous key. All right, game. Don't let me down. It's letting me down. Do I really care about any of that loot? No. But hey, heavy cores are pretty rare, so I can understand that getting one might take a little bit of time. But if nothing else, the keys are flowing. Don't die, SP. Don't die. Don't die to these little fellas. Quick, build up. I'm low on health. I kept trying to build up and they kept hitting me. Oh my goodness. Imagine if I died in here. It'd be so embarrassing. To be honest, they're annoying little guys with the little diamond swords. And there's just a never-ending supply of them. I mean, look at them. Where are they all coming from? All that for a couple of potatoes. Here we go again. I'm pretty sure notch apples are disabled, so you can't get them from this loot table either. Okay. We got it. Let's go. We've got it. Just better deal with these guys. I don't even know why, or how I should say, I missed this spawner. Because this is the second time I came to the room. I just came to the room to unlock that vault, but let's go. I feel like this one was a bit of a letdown. I can't believe I got a trident early. That's a really, really good one. And more importantly, the heavy core is obtained. Which honestly is the main reason I came here. So now all I really need to focus on is getting breeze rods. And speaking of which, here they are. And I believe that is the first trial chamber completely looted. So now it's on to the next place. And do you reckon if I do some like fancy stuff, I can get all the way up really fast? That was actually kind of good. Found trial chambers number 2. And I've managed to fully loot it. Getting plenty more breeze rods and keys. I feel like that was a pretty successful mission. Eventually, I'd like more breeze rods from a farm. But all of this is definitely enough for me to be confident in the world. Let's also craft a mace. That was a lot easier than last season, wasn't it? And unfortunately, in this season, the mace is unenchantable. Okay, well, we can put unbreaking on it, I suppose. And that's literally it. Stuff like breach and density, yeah, that's not possible. And I might as well add fire aspect and mending to it too. So I believe this is the max it can be. If I wanted to, I could put smite or bane of arthropods on it, but there's really no point in doing that. And whilst I'm upgrading things, I might as well make Minecraft's most powerful flint and steel. And on a side note, now that I've found a trident, I might as well get a riptide one. That'll just make getting around a lot easier, especially since I don't have a elytra. I'm pretty sure you can get riptide on the enchantment table, although loyalty is not what I want. But it seems to be all I'm getting. Alright, that's not ideal. But don't worry, because I've got this really good XP farm. Channeling is very cool, but also useless to me in this situation. And we've got it. That's absolutely perfect. I'll add a little bit of mending, and now I can even speed up for getting around my base. My board of things to do is quickly becoming emptier and emptier. And I think now my priority is to work out how to turn this silverfish XP farm into a cobweb farm, or at least to be multifunctional. And to do that, I'm going to have to come up with quite a lot of clever redstone. So to begin with, this button changes it so instead of the water flowing to that corner, it instead flows to this one. From there, this lever will activate the dispenser and also a rail that will have a minecart on. I'm kind of just making this up as I go along, but I'm going to add slabs everywhere. And this activator rail is going to eject the silverfish onto that magma block like so. The glass prevents any escaping, and if I've done everything correctly, the cobwebs should spawn right here. And I can just keep repeatedly mining them. Alright, here goes nothing. I'm going to put weaving pots into this dispenser, splash all of these guys, which is going to start producing silverfish. Then if I flick this lever, it should start picking them up. Yes, okay, it's picked up a silverfish. It's put it on. And then when the silverfish dies, it's working. No way. It's working. We got some cobwebs. And we just need more and more silverfish to get deposited on. And we'll keep getting cobwebs. This is actually working pretty well. It's pretty much fully AFKable. And so now I can basically just keep gathering up cobwebs. It's absolutely fantastic. And yeah, we've basically now got unlimited cobwebs. And after a few small tweaks, the farm is now running even better. I've made it so I can get up to 3 cobwebs in a row. And as silverfish is picked up by the minecart, pretty much 100% of the time. So I'm just going to keep mining away and collecting up loads and loads of cobwebs. Most of them are going into the barrel. So I've got hopper minecarts inside of the sand. And yeah, I'm pretty impressed with what I've put together here. And so there's not much else for me to do here other than gather up lots and lots of cobwebs. Okay, guys. I've got loads of cobwebs and I've made a bunch of modifications. First of all, I've got it so that this dispenser will splash a weaving pot every minute because every minute an arrow will despawn. And when the arrow despawns, it fires another one and it keeps activating that dispenser. That means that I don't have to manually keep pushing the button. And then up here, I've added a 5-minute timer so that this gets splashed every time an item despawns, which takes 5 minutes. So silverfish will just keep infinitely spawning as well. And I would show you it in action, but I've completely run out of gunpowder, so I can't make more weaving pots. As you can see, I've only got one left in there, and yeah, I need to get way more. And I do know the location of a gunpowder farm, but with this many people online and some dangerous people, I'm gonna have to be very, very careful. Which is why I've splashed invisibility, so if somebody does see me, I've got a better chance of escape. And it just makes me feel a lot safer in general. I would just travel in the overworld because I kind of feel safer there, but it was like 9,000 blocks away. I'm not walking. Whereas in the Nether, I'll only have to travel about 1,000 blocks. I tell you, all this for a bit of gunpowder. I am kind of nervous. I've still got quite a distance to travel, and other people on the server have elytra, so they can fly around, which gives them a much higher chance of spotting me. And I just found lava. Nice. Although having said that, down here I do feel a little bit safer. So maybe strip mining to my destination is now the best option. I've literally found an entire cave system that somebody's mined out. I don't know what they're looking for, but this is very handy indeed. This is the best spot to build a portal. And if everything goes to plan, yes, we'll be underground, but we should be underneath a gunpowder farm. I really hope it's the case. I think I'm currently at the bottom of an ocean. Let's swim up here. Or perhaps I should riptide up. Okay, I can't see a thing when it's in your shield, though. Oh my goodness, this is very cool with a riptide. The creeper farm is over here. Perfect. I don't think there's anyone here. Let's just go and double check. Okay. Wait, is it just a general mob farm? That's fine by me, though. I don't know what all these boats mean. Are these to stop people from being AFK? I don't really know. Oh, I think it's what controls the dispenser timer. Okay, so from up here, I genuinely feel like a bit of a sitting duck, but loads and loads of mobs will spawn in the farm. I'm trying to be really conscious of not being here too long. Try and not take fall damage. Man, Minecraft without elytra is different. I don't know how to do half of the things. It looks like a great farm. Whoever built this is a genius. They did it properly. I've never seen a design like this before. Is it an auto sorter as well? No way. So this is where the gunpowder's going. And you know what? It's not a crazy amount, but it's good enough for me. Although, you know what? Screw it. I've come really, really far here. Let's get more. Could be famous last words, but I don't want to ever have to bother coming here again. I see how the farm works now. It's very, very good. If we're going to do this, let's do it properly. Well, guys, everyone's logged off. This makes me feel a lot safer. It's also raining. I think you can... Yes, you can do this in the rain, which means we can infinitely fly home. That's awesome. Okay, I don't actually need it right now, but that is good to know. This is OP. Oh my goodness, this is so cool. The gunpowder is flowing nicely as well. And it's just me, Pilly, and Squid online. That's perfect. It makes me feel so much less paranoid because I'm confident against all them in PvP. So hey, I think I'm going to stay here and get even more gunpowder. I think I've definitely been here long enough now. Sadly, the rain stopped, so I can't use that to my advantage. But I can still do some fancy riptiding around. Perfect. Yeah, this is all the gunpowder that I'm going to need for quite some time. And I guess it's now time for me to head back. And whilst riptiding is great, I think I'm just going to boat. My plan is if I find a portal, I'll go through the Nether because I don't feel in particular danger now. But it's also nice to explore the overworld and find really random stuff like this. I don't know why this is here. Wait, it's a dolphin. Anton. Alrighty. We're just gonna borrow him. Come on with me, Anton. Let's take the fence as well so we can... Okay, is this evil? Is this a kidnapping? I think maybe, but this is the way to travel. No elytra, no problem. Look at the speed that we can get moving. This is actually so much faster. This is way better than Nether travel. Wait, can we do this as well? Hold on. Oh, yes. Oh, no, he broke. We killed him. No, I killed Anton. What have I done? No. What have I... Okay, guys. Don't panic. This has quickly turned into a bit of a disaster. I need to find another dolphin. There's one down there. This time, I'm just going to splash speed. Nothing else. You look like your name could be Anton. Come with me. Wow, it really does make these massive oceans so much easier to navigate. Apart from when the massive oceans come to an end. Hang on a minute. Nope, there's river. What is this? Wait, is it a gunpowder farm again? It looks like it, but it's not as good as the... Oh, wait. It's a creeper. Alright, well, that gives me the answer. It is a gunpowder farm. It's so satisfying to swim along the rivers, isn't it? It's really, really cool. And you can even take your dolphin with you on land. I'm gonna be honest, dragging him up a mountain was not part of the plan, or taking him this far along the terrain. But anyway, we'll find water soon, I'm sure. Here we are, I found a river. Don't die! Alright, don't die now. Not when we've got this so close. Oh, he's gonna die. There's no way he makes it down this. You know what? We're going safe. Get in the water. That's it. There you go. I don't want to murder more than one dolphin in a single video. All right, Anton 2.0. You've done really well. But this is the end of the line, because I'm going to do the rest of the journey through the Nether. Well, that really was a very successful trip. I feel like I can now brew absolutely everything that I need to my heart's content. And with that loaded up, I can now completely show you the farm in action. There's currently no cobwebs in the barrel, and I'm going to run the farm for 15 minutes and see how much I get. Alrighty, that ought to be long enough. I'm going to go ahead, stop these guys from spawning more silverfish. We seem... Yeah, we got a little bit of... How many of them is there? It seems that this produces a lot more silverfish than this minecart can handle. So maybe I need to slow that one down a little bit. But hey, we've got loads of cobwebs. As you can see in 15 minutes, this has given me 487 cobwebs. And that means it's just under 2,000 an hour, which I think is pretty impressive. And at the end of it, I can also get... Look, okay, well, hey, we don't want to be getting loads and loads of cobwebs. Hold on. But yeah, I can get loads and loads of XP. And so the only things left for me to really do here, a heart farm, which isn't really that pressing. The golden bartering farm is going to be a massive project. And I want to use obsidian and crying obsidian from that to make the base look good. So the to-do list is no longer in play. There are, however, a couple of players online. Squiddo has just logged off. I'm guessing she's coming back. And Pilly is, of course, online too, so I'm going to do a bit of search of the land for them as well. As I predicted, Squiddo is back online. And earlier on today, whilst I was working on the cobweb farm, my team ended up having a bit of a call with Pilly. And he said that he knew where the orbital strike cannon was and that he'd been using it. He also told us that Pentar and Young Will now know where it is as well. So it's not much use to us. And I think I'm going to go and visit its location. Because who knows? Pilly might be there again, messing around with it. I do also think that it's a good idea to keep patrolling the Nether, because with players not having Elytra, they're going to be doing a lot of traveling on foot through the Nether to speed up travel time. I think this is the portal that me and Wreckrap trapped right at the beginning of the video, because people have used doors to get out. It's like I've now come full circle 50 hours later. Okay, I think I've found the first build site of the orbital strike cannon. But we did get discovered partway through building it and have to move it. And I don't really know where they moved it to. None of them are online at the moment, so I can't really ask them for the coordinates. But Pilly D-Town Cat knows where it is, and he wants to shoot it one last time. So I'm going to keep an eye on that and maybe do a potential meetup, something like that. And in the meantime, I'm going to keep patrolling the Nether. My goodness, what kind of rich person uses crafting tables for a bridge? Wreckrapper's now logged on. He knew where the cannon was, so he's told me. So that's where we're now going. Alrighty, I've dug in and I've found the redstone. That's a good sign. Now, let's get down to the rest of it. I can't believe how well my teammates have done to build all of this. And you've got to remember, there is also a chance that Pilly could be here. From what he's saying, he probably is. So I'm just going to invis for now. Glow squid. I thought that was a player for a second. Alrighty. I'm going to... Okay, I'm invis, so he's not going to be able to see my name tag if he's here. He's here! Oh. Well, I kind of... I need the hearts, guys. Is it evil? Yes. Is it necessary? Yes. There is his name tag. Just going to take my time. Let's get the very first lifesteal kill for SB737. I just want to make sure I've got everything I need. I don't know if he knows, but here we go. Yep, you better run. You better run. Got him in a cobweb. Come on, SB. Get them hearts. I think he's lost his water. And we got him! Perfect! Alrighty. He tried to threaten us. He tried to use our orbital strike cannon. And SB737 doesn't take kindly to that. Yes, this season I'm on an evil team. I've got to be evil, but I feel bad, but it's got to be done. And do I now blow up the cannon because it's been compromised? Well, at least I can say that I didn't sit in a hole and build farms for the entire video. Now it's back to the Nether to see if we can find anyone else. Oh my goodness, it's one of the new music discs. I think you get it if you get Return to Sender on a gas, but I've never seen it before. I have got Return to Sender, and I think there's only a chance for it to drop. Well, guys, I've also just had the go-ahead from my team to blow it up. We no longer need it, and we don't want anyone else using it, so it might as well be destroyed. But before I destroy it, might as well grab as many useful redstone components as I can. My goodness, collecting all these components is very, very satisfying indeed. Can't believe my team got all of these resources and built it in like just a couple of days. And I'm going to be honest, guys, I've kind of run out of time to finish taking it apart. I did also accidentally flood the machine a little bit, which means random stuff is going off. I haven't taken the TNT out, so it could all blow up. Yeah, it's all going a little bit crazy out here. I should probably leave. And the 50 hours has come to a close. We managed to avoid dying at all. We managed to gain a heart, so I'm pretty happy with this start to the season. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new, and if you want my lunar cloak, the link is in the description.